Hey, what's up YouTube? Houston here. Hey, look, if you're trying to get a credit card and you have bad credit, but you don't want to pay a deposit, then these are the best credit cards you can get. Now, one of these credit cards is actually can be a backdoor way to getting a regular credit card with American Express. Okay, and the reason that you want a regular credit card with American Express, because once you're in their database and say that you want to apply for other personal credit cards or business credit cards, then they don't do a hard pull on your credit. Now, what I would tell you about American Express, one of the biggest key factors with American Express when you get a credit card with them is that having a good income. Okay, that's very important. So that's a key factor. But before we talk further about that backdoor way for American Express, let's talk about some of these cards that you can get with no deposit. Now, the first one is Opportune. All right, Opportune Visa. Now, you must understand with the Opportune Visa card, granted, it has no credit check, no deposit. The only downfall is that it's not in every state. So what I'll do, I'll put a list of the states that Opportune operates in, and you can see if your state is on the list for that. Now, the next credit card you want to check out if you have bad credit, but you don't want to put down a deposit, is the Patel One card. Now, the Patel One card, it no hard pull on the credit. They use different data points. That's the interesting thing about Patel. They use different data points. So it's not about the credit score. It's about your education level. It's about how much your income is, how long you've been on your job. They use those type of data points. If you have an active email, active phone number, those are the data points that they use versus just your personal credit. Okay, now I would tell you this, sometimes with these lenders, especially when you have bad credit and they're doing a no credit check credit card, they may look at like LexisNexis or something like that to see if you recently filed a bankruptcy or something of that nature. But beyond that, these cards are fairly easy to get. And again, these are cards that report to all three credit bureaus, and you don't have to put a deposit down, especially when trying to rebuild your credit. All right. Now, the next card is the Op5 card. Now, with the Op5 card, all right, it gives you $1,000 line of credit. Okay, and as well as what I was telling you about Opportune with the Op5 card, it's not in every state. Okay, but you don't have to have a social to get the card as well. But every 6 months they reevaluate, and after 6 months of good on-time payments with Op5, they will actually double the credit limit. Okay, and like I said, a good thing about it, it's a no down payment credit card. All right, so that's one of the good ones. Another good card that you may want to consider if you have a challenging credit but you have a good income is the Tomo credit card, the Tomo MasterCard. All right, the reason is because the limits go from 100 up to 10,000. That's right, from 100 up to 10,000. So you may not have a strong credit file, you may not have the best credit, but because you have decent income, you may have been on your job, you may have been at your place of residence for such a long time that they are willing to give you a high limit credit card. Okay, and the credit card reports. Now, the credit card that I was talking about that may be the back door to you getting a regular American Express is the Credit One. Okay, it's the Credit One American Express credit card. Now, with that one, the limit starts at about 500. So there's no deposit on it. Again, if you have a low credit score, it's definitely one of those cards you want to get. Now, here's the interesting thing about this card I want you all to check out. All right, say that you do the pre-qual with American Express. All right, you can do the pre-qual to see if you qualify for a card. All right, and all you do is name your last four of your social and your address, right? And if they come back saying that you don't pre-qual for none of their cards, what may pop up is offering you the next best thing, which is the Credit One American Express card. All right, and so in terms of being able to get that card. I think the credit score on that one is maybe about a 560, 580 or whatever. But again, it's an American Express card. And with that American Express card, you're able to use American Express has like this travel system and reward system and stuff like that. So you can use that card with the Credit One card. Now, here's the key to getting your credit score up fast. And I would tell you guys, don't go after all these cards at once, all right? Don't do that. If you want to help make, especially if you have a bad credit file, or you did a credit sweep and you had everything, somebody did a credit sweep for you, okay? And the mistake that they do when they're doing a credit sweep, they'll take all the positive items off your credit as well as the negative, so you have a blank file. So now you have to start over, okay? And so by you applying for these new accounts and stuff, you are starting with a new file. So the thing you have to do to help age the file is you may have to add on rental payments, okay? There's companies out there that will report your rent to the credit bureaus. So say that you've been in your apartment or you've been renting a house for 2, 3, 4, 5 years or whatever. Now, the person that you're living with or whatever, they may not, your landlord may not report it, but you can actually get it reported on your own. And the reason you want it is not only to help age the file, but it help you qualify for a mortgage, okay? So that's the reason. Oh, wow. My rabbits here and there. Back to what I was saying about getting your rent reported, signing up for Experian Boost to help thicken up the file as well. And remember, I told you guys, for every negative account you have on the file, you're going to need at least 2 to 3 positive accounts and stuff like that. All right, so that's something that you need to know. Also, if you have a charge-off account with a 0 balance, that's not counted against you. All right, that's also another key, because I know a lot of people are like, well, I had a charge off, but if it's a 0 balance, it's not counted against you. All right, and that's very important. Now, one thing, if you have a charge off with a balance that you can't pay, then you can ask for a 1099-C, which is a cancellation or debt. All right, I'm just giving you all some extra tips in terms of how to help fix your credit file. Now, one other thing that you do need on your file is a loan. So you may need to get like maybe a secured loan on your file, because that's going to help balance out the file as well, in which most people, they miss that part. All right, so in terms of, say that you have bad credit and you need a short-term loan to open up a secured to get a secured loan or whatever, then you may want to look at like Uprova. You may want to look at IndyLand. Now, Upgrade is also a lender that work with people with challenging credit, but if you have good income, they will work with you as well, okay? So I'm just giving you some tips in terms of you trying to restart your file, especially if you have a bad credit file and you're trying to get a gist of where to start from, then that's where you want to start with those credit cards. If you have questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.